to the Daily Allegory through Astrological Divination. Today's video is the Synaptic Z-Line, Leviathan's Call, and the Sun's Telepathy. Today, Abby observes the awakening of the Leviathan, which has been illuminated in the light of the sun's rising. We then realize that strength in connecting with spirits in term of strength can be compared to the sarcomeric Z-Line, which is a muscular thing, and the Leviathan sends a message telepathically. Now, due to this message, we are going to be invoking the Leviathan under God Almighty, under the Solomonic path, so don't be confused, I'm not satanic. We are just doing an invocation in the light of God, because God will allow the use of demonic presences to deliver a form of divine retribution. This invocation is called the Awakening, Amplification, and Catalysis of Evolution. In the name of God Almighty, source of all creation, the boundless and the divine, we stand at the threshold of the deep. We turn to the sun, the solar heart of our system, the source of all lights, consciousness, and vital fire. We recognize your divine providence, your power that enlightens and warms all existence. Let your rays be a channel of pure intent. We call upon the great spirit of the waters, the ancient and the formidable, Leviathan, not for subjugation, but for the awakening of the deep consciousness within the collective human spirit. Rise from the abyss of our shared subconscious. We honor Marduk, the great champion of the gods, the controller of destiny and the vanquisher of chaos. We call upon the power that conquered the sea and brought order from the void. Infuse this working with your strength and authority. May the combined power of the light and the sun and the depth of our inner spirit illuminate our path. Hear our call for wisdom and understanding. May the journey of growth and transformation be guided by inner strength and a connecting to the world around us. So it is willed, so it is done. I declare it to be, and so it is. Into the story. The light was agonizingly bright. Abby blinked. The solar flares of the awakened sun not just in the sky, but somehow behind her own eyelids. The astrologer's report had been specific. Sun conjunct Mercury in the third house. The mind, a channel for the light. She felt words forming in her head that weren't hers. A torrent of communication that overloaded her internal dictionary. Her work was in muscle biology, specifically in the sarcomere, the fundamental unit of muscle contraction. She thought about the Z-line, the crucial anchoring boundary within the muscle fiber. In a blinding flash of insight, she didn't just see the Z-line in a textbook diagram. She felt it. A structural component within her consciousness, a precise physical architecture for connecting within with something vast and something other. That night, the dreams began. They weren't her dreams, though. They were vast, wet, and ancient. A massive presence moved in the abysmal depths of her subconscious, a mythical beast, a Leviathan, slowly awakening. The dream felt like an invasion, though, but also a vital connection. The astrology was a roadmap to this invasion. The Sun trine Neptune in the 9th house dissolved the boundaries between reality and the mythical, invading her spiritual landscape. The message came faster now, not in her voice, but in a primordial telepathy that bypassed her ears and settled directly into her nervous system. She sought guidance. The Sun trine sensitive degree Jupiter in the 6th house and the Sun trine sensitive degree Saturn in the 7th, pointed to a structure of service and relationships. A local support group for spirit sensitives became a necessity at this point. They spoke of spirits as energy, and Abby, with her new invasive perspective, began to teach them how the Z-line of their consciousness could anchor these powerful connections, offering a precise biological metaphor for their ethereal experiences. It's connecting a physical trait with a metaphysical aspect. Again, everything spiritual can be connected to a scientific and mathematical perspective and or philosophical view. which is why I like my metaphors that I use. Like, the Z-line is what makes your muscle contractions strong. And the Z-line, metaphorically speaking, in the spiritual aspect, is how we can strengthen our connection to our contracting view of the physical and the metaphysical plane. Now, it was a grounding truth in a sea of ambiguity. The group, however, was polarized. One faction, tied to the Sun conjunct Lilith in the 12th house, embraced the shadowy hidden aspects of the telepathic connection, seeking out the darkness in the deep. Another, spurred by the sudden, shocking jolt of the Sun opposition Uranus in the 8th house, sought radical transformation and an abrupt breaking with old boundaries and structures, especially those surrounding death and inherited power. They were obsessed with the finality of the Z-line as an end of the unit. Abby felt the immense karmic weight of the Sun trine North Node in the 11th house, her destiny intertwined with the community and the shared vast awareness. The Leviathan wasn't a monster at all. It was a collective awakening of an ancient consciousness that existed all around us at all times. The voice in her head, the telepathy, the Z-line perspective, it was all connected. She had to lead them, despite the painful inherited wound of the Sun concuct sensitive degree in Chiron. In a shared meditative trance, the group connected. Abby focused her internal Z-line. The Leviathan awoke fully. Not in the sea, but in their combined consciousness. It was a vast solar entity, a shared mind, if you will. A cluster. They had awakened something immense, a collective telepathic power that anchored itself not in myth, but in the fundamental physics of the human body. The Z-line becoming the anchor point for a new shared reality. The Sun was their heart, and the Z-line was their structure, their framework, if you will. Now, I have the number 24, which is the 24th angel of the Shem HaMepharash, which is Hahavia, meaning God the good within himself. Now, his attributes are obtaining grace and mercy from God, protection from exiles, fugitives, and defaulters, and preservation from thieves and assassins, and working against the discovery of secret crimes. This angel also governs exiles and protects against harmful animals. Now, the choir, he's a member of the angelic choir of the thrones. And the role demon is Nibirius. Now, Nibirius is the 24th spirit of Solomon. He is classified as a Marquis of Hell, commanding 19 legions. And his abilities are arts and sciences. Nibirius makes men cunning and well-versed in arts and sciences, but especially in the art of rhetoric. With dignities and honors, he can restore lost dignities and honors, though some sources like Johann Weyer claim that procures the loss of them. And knowledge. He is said to possess vast knowledge and can enlighten a person on the nature of evolution, how perfectly fitting, and the cycle of life and death. That's all I have for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one.